Okay, so I reckon this meeting is being recorded, Amanda. Now it's announcing to us every time we do it. Um, Let me just introduce what we were going to do here today. What we wanted to do is demonstrate how to use Canva in your business, because it's one of those really awesome applications that everybody's talking about now, especially if they're not great at Photoshop. And Canva gives another opportunity to do so many things within business for images and graphics and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to hand it over to you to sort of kick things off, but I'll put my opinion in. You know, it's hard for me not to whenever I can.
No, I appreciate your opinion. Okay, so yeah, like Sue said, we're going to talk about Canva. Canva has quickly grown to be one of my favorite kind of platforms to use in my own photography business, as well as projects for school and for work. So it's a free program. They do have an option to buy into a different package that lets you do a few more things, but you can definitely get away with using the free version for what we're going to show you today. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started. All right, Sue, do you just want to let me know if you can see that?
That's working. That's looking good.
Perfect. Okay, so this is what your Canva homepage is going to look like. So as we can see here, we have a lot of different options. And if we scroll here, we can just see all the different templates that we can use. So I would say one of my favorite things about Canva is it's really perfect for whether you're feeling super creative that day or you're feeling like you need a little bit of creative encouragement, because it gives you a ton of pre-made templates and it also gives you the freedom of doing what you want. So I would say that's one of my favorite parts about Canva. Do you have a favorite part, Sue?
No, I think the same really. I struggle with big applications like Photoshop. When you try to use that and you haven't come from a graphic design background, it's so confusing to even know how to start, even the concepts like understanding layers and all of that stuff. I don't have the time. I didn't have the time in my business to invest in learning all of that stuff. And I couldn't afford to pay someone to do it for me. So Canva came along in the middle of that business actually, and it just gave me a really super quick way of putting some images together that I could use for multiple purposes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, I think, a tool that every entrepreneur and business owner should definitely take advantage of. So I think we're going to start out by creating a logo. So we're going to show you step by step, and feel free if you're able to pull up maybe Canva. There is an app version, so you can do that on your app, or you can pull that up on your computer and work along with us, or you can replay this video and do it then. But we are going to get started. So I just clicked the logo option, which was right here, and that brought me right into the logo templates. So we'll just give that a second to load here. And as you can see here, we have a lot of templates in this little section here. So we have a section called For You. So that's just curated logos based off of what we've used on Canva before. And then if you scroll down here, you'll see there's tons of different sections. So there's a hospital logo, a doctor logo, church logo, and so on. So you can definitely take the time to explore those. But we're actually going to make a logo from scratch today. Did you have something to say, Sue?
Yeah, I was going to say, so these are like templates, aren't they?
Yeah.
Where people can select a template and there's just put their own business name in there if they want to.
Yeah, for sure.
But to do it from scratch is another option as well.
Yeah, so I think we're actually going to do ours from scratch today because I am feeling a little bit creative. But if you were to take maybe a logo that's already used here, you can also do that. I can show you here. Say we want to use this logo right here. I'm just going to click on it, and this logo pops up for us. And in here, I can just go in and type, say my name, and then you can just kind of fiddle around with things here, change the sizing of some things, and kind of really just make it your own. So that would be an example of a pre-made logo that we would be using. So I'm just going to make a new page. I'm just going to get rid of this pre-existing logo. So the nice thing about this format here is that Canva already has this template made to be the size of a logo. So this is a very typical logo size here, which is a really cool feature. So to start out, we're going to change the color of our background. So I've just clicked on the logo, the blank space right in here, and I'm going to go up to our color box, which is just right here, and you're going to see something called background color. So we're going to go into there and we're going to choose a color. So here you have lots of different colors chosen for you already. We have a few brand colors here, which is something that you can get with the upgraded version of Canva. So if I want the color, I don't know, Sue, give me a color.
Purple.
Purple. We're going to do purple. So we have all of these purples. So let's go with a nice pastel purple. So this is going to be the color of our background. Is that the kind of the purple you wanted, Sue?
Yep, sure.
Perfect. Okay, so Sue and I both have a bit of a background in business. So my background is in photography. And Sue, do you want to share a little bit about your background?
Yep, sure. When I've had a few businesses, but the main one that I had was pet services. That was pet sitting, dog walking, cat boarding, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, so we decided that today, just for our little example here, we're actually going to combine both of our services together. So we're going to come up with the business name here. So I'm just going to go to add my text. So along this sidebar here, I just hit the button with the T, and that is the text. So this is also a something that comes with the upgraded version of Canva. So you will likely see all of these options here. And I think we should go with let's go with this one here. It is purple, so I might have to change the color of that, which can just be done by hitting this text color button. And what color should we make our text, Sue?
You're giving me all the decisions. Gold. And let's see what it looks like.
Oh,
I got a feeling I'm going to regret that decision.
all right, let's go with this gold. Oh, perfect.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Doesn't look too bad.
No. So the text we chose reads the words "be brave," but we're able to just highlight that and actually delete it. And then anything we text from now will be in that text that we chose. So we decided to go with Peter's. Nope, it's the wrong one. Peter's pet photography. So we have a little bit of an issue here. Our text is really large and our logo template's really small. So no worries. What we're going to do is we're just going to highlight that, and I'm just going to shrink it down to say maybe size 40. Perfect. So here we have our logo, the start to our logo, that is. So I'm going to resize that and just recenter. So these lines that you see here, these pink lines are really helpful because they're going to help you center everything on your document. So we know now that it's perfectly in the middle. And then maybe you want to spice up your logo and you want to add an element. So you're going to go over to the element button that's just right here. You're going to click on that. And on here, you're going to have a bunch of different elements that you can use. And you can search for a specific element up here. As you can see, I've searched up a few exciting elements in the past. So,
The good thing that they're all good, nice, clean elements that you've searched on there.
They are. All right, so I'm just going to search up camera. So as you can see here, we have tons of options. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that if you hover over the element here, you can see the little crown with the word Pro. So the reason that we're able to access these elements is because we have the Pro account. But if you hover over another element, and I'll just keep doing that. Here we have free. So if it says the word free, then you know you can use that element with your free account. I believe Canva gives you the option of actually paying for kind of upgrades on the spot, or you can choose to upgrade your account.
Yeah, I actually did that the other day. I can't even remember what I was designing, but I was doing something and there was just, I don't have a pro account at home. And so I added an element that was a pro feature and I just paid for it once I had finished the design and decided that I liked it. So it lets you play around with it, even though you have to pay for it eventually. Then when you go to print it out or download it, it will then prompt you to pay for it to use it. And I think it was something like $1.40 or something like that to use a single element. So I mean, if you're creating something that is like a logo that you're going to use again and again and again, if there is an element that does need to be paid for, it's probably worth a little bit of investment just to get that logo the way you like it, because you're going to use it so many times. Like for $1.49 or even $5, you know, if you upgraded every element, it's still probably worth it.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really nice option that even if you don't have that upgraded account, you can still kind of experiment with those. And then if you like it, then you can choose to buy it from there. So that's really awesome. So as you can see, I've added in the camera here. So this is obviously just to symbolize the photography aspect. So it's black and I'm not really loving the color black on the logo that we have. So no problem. We're just going to click the color button here. And another really handy feature that Canva has is it shows you the last used colors that you have used. So I don't have to go search for that exact same color. It's just right here. So I am going to make that camera our gold. So now we have our camera in gold. And now I'm going to go back to elements and we're going to add in a dog. So I'm going to search dog. And I think I like this dog here. So I'm going to add this dog in. And again, just resize to your likings. So once that comes up, we're just going to make him a little bit smaller. And then we're going to drag him down. And again, I'm just using those lines to kind of center everything. So once I have that centered, oh, he went off a little. There we go. I'm going to go back in and I'm also going to make him gold. So now this is an example of a logo that we just did in 5 minutes that kind of caters towards the business that Sue and I came up with. So I think there's a little bit of a misconception that you have to, when you're starting out, spend a lot of money on your logo and you have to outsource that. And we just really want to share that that's something that you can tackle on your own. I think every business owner knows that starting out can be expensive and you kind of want to save those costs where you can. So we think this is a really great option for doing that. So we just created this logo, like we said, in 5 minutes, and it's something that we were able to do with our account, and it only cost us our time. So I think that's really awesome.
Yeah. And I've noticed that there's pictures that can be photographs that can be selected there as well. I'm assuming, I haven't double checked this, but I'm assuming that they all have free use on them so that they can be used for commercial purposes, because there's photos there that are that you can use in, we'll probably end up using one of them in a post later on, won't we? But we want to make sure that when you're using photographs for your business, you have the rights to use that photograph. And so a platform like Canva that's giving photographs away for free, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be usable in all spaces, including commercial use. But that's something that probably we should check. If you were going to put one of those pictures, say you were designing a t-shirt design, for example, and you wanted to use a photograph on the t-shirt, you need to make sure that if you are going to charge for that t-shirt, that you have the right license on that particular photograph.
Yes, very good point there. And I do believe, but like like you said, we could check into that, that they are kind of like yours to use there. So that is a really nice feature. So our next steps would be, maybe you want to rename your logo file here. So we're going to just rename it to be Peter's Pet Photography there. And something I love about Canva is that it gives you multiple different ways to download your file here. So in our case, if we were wanting to download our logo and maybe we wanted a version where the purple wasn't in the back and it was a transparent background, it does give us this option here to click transparent background. And so then that would download it as just like pretty much the graphics and the words that we see here. So if you drop down here, it's going to give you a bunch of different ways to save it. I always, like they suggest, download mine in PNG, but you can certainly download to however fits your business best. And then another thing here is you can just choose, are we saving 1 or 2? Are we saving all pages? We can just click that there. And then one thing I would always suggest doing is changing the size of that image. I always just slide it all the way up to 3 here to get the clearest resolution possible, but I do believe that is something that you get with the upgrade for Canva. So I think we're done with our logo there. What do you think, Sue?
I think so, yeah. It's probably not one I would go with long term, but
yes. This was a very on the spot logo. We could definitely probably get into logos another time, but yes,
yeah.
this is a very colorful, a quick 5-minute logo. Okay, so we can just go ahead and exit out of here because the cool thing that Canva does is it actually saves your designs on the spot. I'm just going to refresh the page here and we'll be able to see that.
Yeah, it's in the cloud, so it's always saving. So
yeah.
That's, you don't have to constantly do the save now or save as or whatever.
Yeah. So the next time you go onto your Canva and you're on your home page, you're just going to see that right here. As you can see, it's just saving as we speak. But if you just had to go in and make some changes, you can very easily do that there. So it doesn't go away or disappear as soon as you download it. You do have access to that as long as you don't delete it on your end. So the next thing we're going to create together is an Instagram story. So if I were to want to maybe find a Facebook story instead, I would just go into the search bar here and I would search Facebook story. And as we can see, we have a ton of different Facebook options. So it's really just as simple as searching for whatever it is that you're looking for. And it will come up with tons of options. And then you can either start from scratch or you can work off of something that already exists. So
what's great about Canva is that they keep all their sizes up to date. So Facebook is absolutely renowned for changing its sizes for its posts and stories and all of that stuff. Its ad sizes, you know, every now and again they'll throw in a change. And then if you're working from a template that you've created, you've got to go in and update that template so it's now the right size. But Canva will do all that good stuff for you, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's definitely a benefit. They kind of do all that research for you for sure. So for this Instagram story, we're actually going to use a template that already exists. So I'm just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom here, and it's actually going to show us all of the templates that they have. Just keep scrolling. They have a lot of different sections you can take advantage of. So down here, we can see the title, all results. So these are all the different templates that we can use. So I'm just going to scroll and we're going to find something. Oh, here, I think this is kind of our name.
It's within theme.
Yes. So as you can see here, we have a story that has already been made for us that we're just going to go in and edit. So to do this, we're just going to click on this text box here. and we're going to go in and we're going to say, let's say we're doing a 25% off. I might switch our business up here a little bit, but we're going to do 25% off pet grooming services. So we're just going to make things a little bit bigger here. It's just nice. You can just change all of your items here, but maybe we want to just do this. So I've just very easily gone in and removed what they had written there, and I've gone in and added what I've wanted to change. So we've changed that, and say we're not wanting to advertise for Happy Valentine's Day for Angus. So for that, we are just going to click on the element that we do not longer want, which is this text box, and I'm just going to click the garbage can up here, or you can click the delete button, and that's just going to get rid of what you do not want there. So again, we're going to go into this text box here, and I'm going to go in and so somehow we are still a photography company, but we also do pet grooming. So
I'm okay with that. We go with the flow.
Yeah. So again, I'm just using these lines to help me center everything here. And yes, so say we aren't a fan of this little thing here. Easy, we're just going to go in and we're just going to put that in the trash. So super simple to work with. You can kind of add in things that you like. Maybe you don't like the pink that this is. We're just going to go in and we're going to click the color up here. Maybe I just want a different pink in there. Maybe I want a dark pink. So just like that, we've changed the color of our background. Elements like this, you unfortunately cannot change the color of because they are just the color that they are, and that's what you chose when you would have gone into elements. So some things you cannot change the color of, but most things you are able to. Sue, is there any changes or anything we should add to this Instagram story, do you think?
No, I don't think so. This is it. I think this is an animation, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to click this button here and okay. There we go. There's Angus. So yes, this actually is an animation. So Instagram stories do support this kind of file. So as you see here, it's a 6.2 second little clip. So we're just going to go into download, and you're going to want to change the way that you save that. So it already comes up as an MP4 video. So if you were to change it, say as a PNG, you wouldn't get that moving kind of little video like you would. So you have to save it as an MP4 video, and then you would just hit download right then and there, and it would save that to your computer or to your phone. And then once you upload that to your Instagram story, you would just have that little video like we just saw of the cat.
Yeah, so I think, and those animation effects are also available if you were doing something from scratch. If you had an idea of what you wanted to animate, you do get some options as well. And I think you can probably, if you like this template, but you didn't like the animation, you can take the animation out. So it's quite useful that they give you those options too.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that is a super neat option. So if you go down to your elements section, you have a bunch of different little videos here. So if we just click see all, there's again all these different sections that we can browse through and change that. But yeah, it is super simple. If we were just wanting to change it to maybe an image, I'm just going to search cat, and we're going to get a photograph of a cat. Okay, so say we want to put this cat in, we're just going to drag, and you kind of have to just hover it over the spot that already exists. Sorry, I just have to give my laptop a second here to catch up. Oh, there it goes. And I've just dragged and released into that spot there. Again, just giving it a second to catch up. And there we have it. It switched into that spot there. So Maybe you didn't want that little video. Well, now you have a still picture. So
Right.
I think it's super easy that if you're wanting to work off an existing template, if you really like the spot that the photo is in, but you don't like anything else, use that template, drag your photo in, and then from there you can choose what you want to get rid of and what you want to keep. So super easy. If you wanted to say change the text here, you would just drop your text box down. And maybe we want to go with this font here, just a super quick to change that. And again, just giving it a second, and there we go, we've changed our font. So that's just a super quick change that you're able to make there. Okay, is there anything else that you can think of that we should share regarding Canva, Sue?
I would, maybe we could just quickly show the way you can put filters on a photograph.
Yeah, for sure.
Or an image or something. There's filters and adjustments and all of that stuff. That might be handy for people to know about.
For sure. So that is a really good point. We can just do that right here in Canva. So I've selected the image of the cat and I'm going to go into filter. And here we have a few different options. So maybe you love black and white photos. So we have two different little black and white filters down here. So I'm going to click on this and we have our photos in black and white. So from there, you can kind of change things, like you can change the intensity, which is just gonna adjust your filter to be a little bit more intense. Maybe you drop the intensity, which is gonna kind of take that filter away. And then you can also do other things, such as change different things in here. And you have the ability to crop, and you can also maybe flip your cat. You want him looking the other way. So there are tons of options that you can do to kind of edit your photo that you have in here. And to have those photos, you can just upload your photos in this upload section. And you can upload from your computer, from your phone. And so you can add in pictures that you've taken on your phone or add in pictures that you've uploaded to your computer. It's nice and simple that way.
Yeah, I tend to do a lot of that. I use unsplash.com a lot, and there's also Pixabay, and a lot of those photographs there are free. Well, they're all free, but they're copyright free as well, so you can use those for commercial purposes too.
Yeah. So we love Canva in the office because it lets us, like we said, be creative on days that maybe we're not feeling creative. And it allows us to do some things in minutes that without an app like Canva or a software like Canva, you might have to pay someone else to do. So we love it for that reason.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about the reasons that I love it for my own business. I find it really helpful for just making quick Instagram stories or kind of just making everything consistent with my own brand. So I utilize Canva, honestly, probably every day. And it's one of those things that I love sharing with classmates and with other people starting businesses because I think it's something that everyone should know about. So.
And it's so versatile as well because, I mean, we've used it to design pull-up banners. It's not just the little things, like it's super quick to do things like social media posts and ads and logos and things like that, but you can also use it for bigger projects. And because you have your range of download specifications, you can do it, usually you can download it in a format that a graphic design studio will be able to utilize. So a lot of the stuff, the merch that we made for YETI has all been done through Canva, and then we passed it on to a graphic design store and they just finished it off and then applied it to the products. So it's so versatile.
Yes, it really, really is. Yeah, I promise we aren't sponsored by Canva. As much as we could talk about Canva all day, that's just actually how passionate about it that we are. And when we discussed some topics of videos that we could make. I think Sue and I were both super excited when we both agreed that Canva would be definitely a top contender. So
Yeah.
we hope that this was helpful for you and that you were able to either learn about it, or maybe you learned something that you didn't already know about Canva. But we just hope that you can find it user friendly and that you love it as much as we do.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks very much then.
Yes, thank you, Sue.
Yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in comments or send them to us, depending when you see this video, and we can just deal with as many questions as we can as well to help.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.